Welcome back to City of South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash, and this is season 1, episode 11 of City of Episodes. Today, you join me inside this beautiful Suzuki Vitara Brezza. I'm in the 1.5 GLX manual version. And first things first, I have to say I really like this car. I've had this car for the past week. It's leaving tomorrow, and first things first, we have to talk about the styling, the exterior styling of this car. This car looks very beautiful. That I have to give it to Suzuki. They really nailed it. I really like the looks of this car, especially from the front. Initially, when I was told I'm getting a granite gray, I wasn't a fan. I was like, granite gray. Personally, my personal favorite is the red with the black rooftop. So I personally wanted that one, but then you can't pick what you want, So I'm like, okay, granite gray. All right, it's fine. Let's go with it. So I wasn't really excited to the color, but then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, this actually looks way better than expected. So this color is definitely one of my favorite colors. Looking at the interior of this car comes with the touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and reverse cam, and that comes standard across all the models, the GL and the GLX model. It's standard on this car. This infotainment system is actually one of my favorites. It's not the same one as the one I had last month in the Suzuki Swift Sport. This one is it's better looking, it's more subtle, it's more easier to use. You find things, and it has more functions as well. One of my personal favorite features is the fact that the car does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So it has one USB port. So once you put the USB port there and you plug it into your phone, it will tell you Android Auto, so you'll connect. So sometimes personally I don't want to use Android Auto. I just want to charge my phone and then play with the radio or the Bluetooth. I just want to charge my phone. So in the Swift, you once you put it in, it takes you to Android Auto. You can't switch off Android Auto. You can't switch off Apple CarPlay. It'll always be there if you want to be charging your phone. So now with this one, there's a setting in the system. Let me just go there now so I can read it to you. It's called smartphone linkage. Linkage mode, you switch it on, it will allow you to connect Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You switch it off, when you plug in your phone is just gonna charge. And personally, I think one of my favorite features in this car. It irritated me with the Swift Sport. I think that's something I didn't like, but it's okay. It's not train smash. It's fine. It's not a big deal, So this car comes with a USB charging ports, auxiliary inputs, a 12-volt socket. One thing that I was so surprised with this car is the number of cup holders this car has. So this car has 1, 2, right? 3 by my driver door, 4 by the passenger door, 5 by the passenger at the back, 6 on that side, right? And then here in the middle, there's this thing. It has 2 cup holders, so that's 7, 8. I don't know what you'll be doing with 8 cup holders, Suzuki, but I like that. I was very impressed. 8 cup holders, that's a lot. So I like that. Even though on the doors there's cup holders, there's still space behind the cup holders where you can put Lord knows what, but you can literally fit anything. So I like that about the Suzuki. Back to the infotainment system. It's a very nice infotainment system to use. It looks very nice when it's on the home display menu. You can see the date, the time, and you can swipe. I'm gonna show you. It will show you your average fuel consumption and how much in your range that you have left. So this infotainment is my favorite. I prefer this one over the one in the Suzuki. So Suzuki launched the new Swift. So I'm not too sure if this infotainment is in the new Swift. It would be very nice if it's in the new Swift, and the Swift is perfect for me. I'm done. So back to the Vitara Brezza. It also had, I was so shocked because I'm like, why does it have a glove compartment on top of the glove compartment? There's also storage there. So I remember reading about this car, when it was launched, that it's actually like a cooling place. You just put a water bottle there, you switch it on, and then it'll cool. So in my mind, I was with my friend. I'm like, okay, what can I use this for? And I'm like, oh man, this can actually use for a refrigerator type of thing. So I was very impressed by that, by Suzuki. Actually, this Suzuki Vitara Brezza also has automatic climate control. Personally, I never knew what automatic climate control was. Growing up, all the cars that we had at home had automatic climate control, but I was just manual all the time, but I never knew what that is. So now, literally every car I jump into, I check, does it have automatic climate control? And this one has that, which is very good, I actually like that. It's a nice feature. So, what I can tell you about this car, before we even jump into how it drives, Practicality. Looking at practicality, first talk about the space where I am right now. So sitting position wise, you sit quite high. Even the lowest setting, like right now, it's quite high, but it's okay. It's not a train smash. It's not something I'm like, I don't like it. It's not a train smash. I personally, you guys know that I really like sitting very low in a car. In this one, there's no need for you to be sitting very low because you're in a high-raised car. So this sitting position is okay. Steering wheel is literally right where you expect it to be, where you want it. It has controls on the left and the right of the steering wheel. On the right is where you can put your cruise control. It has cruise control. Very nice features on that. This Vitara Brezza has keyless entry and keyless start. Literally one of my favorite features in new cars these days. Keyless entry, keyless start. Literally I just put the keys in my pocket and then I'm safe. I just keep it there. Get to the car, open the door, start the car, switch off the car, get out the car, lock the door, then I leave. Keyless entry is literally one of my favorite features in the car. I've been blessed with a few test cars I've had before to have keyless entry. I actually like it. And this one works perfectly. There's no delay, there's no problems with it. So it works perfect. Also by the boots, I actually didn't know this. With the Swift, same thing with the Swift. It's just that I didn't know it until my friend told me. With the Swift, I would go to the boot and then I would open the boot. So I'm used to cars that have keyless entry. If I'm by the boot, I just open the boot, it'll open. So with Suzuki, there's a boot button, and then next to the boot button, there's another button. That's the button you should press to unlock the boot and then then open the boot. So I didn't know that. So with the Swift, I struggled with that. I'd have to take out the keys, unlock, and then the boot. So, but a friend of mine told me, does this Vitara Brezza have the same thing as the Swift? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, no, there's a button next to the boot button that unlocks it. And then I found that button. So as a motoring influencer, there's people out there that know more about cars than I do. So we're open to learning. So even in the comments down below, if you feel that I missed anything or I might have made a mistake on certain things, it's okay, correct me, we're fine, we move it. And then, so I learned something that I didn't know, that a car that I've had for like a week had. So it's a great feature. I like that. Suzuki did a great job with that. Now jumping into the practicality of this car in the rears. You're gonna think I'm just playing with you guys, and I'm being honest and completely honest with you guys. I fit perfectly behind myself at the back. I can even like slouch like this. You see, like this. I can sit like this behind myself right now at the back. There's how much space it has, and I'm 1.73 meters tall. So I am not short, nor am I like super tall, but I'm like the average height for a South African person, for any person actually. So the space at the back is there, like it's practical. I was shocked literally when I jumped on the back. I'm like, okay, wow, this is actually more than expected. So for long distance traveling, would I sit behind myself? Definitely. I'd even relax, and it has the armrest here in the middle, so you could just like slouch and then understand. So I like that. It's a nice feature. So I like that. Perfect. There's enough space for me. There's enough space for, I feel like, for anyone actually, unless you're like 6 foot, and then maybe you might have a problem. But other than that, perfect space. Headroom at the back, perfect. You don't even hit here on the sides. You have no worries. Even look right now. Look at my headroom. Look at that. So there's the same thing at the back. So I like that. Perfect. This car also has behind my seats. I'll show you once I'm doing the clips and everything. Behind my seats, there's a hook where I could put, I don't know what, anything that weighs up until 3 kg. So anything under 3 kg and under, I can hook it there, and then it'll relax there. So I don't know what you could put. Anything as long as no more than 3 kg, you're fine. Anything above 3 kg, I think that's when the Suzuki will be like, you know what, I can take it, and then it breaks. But other than that, the Suzuki Vitara Brezza is perfect. So now you know what we have to do. We have to talk about how it feels to drive, the fuel economy, would I buy it, 3 things I like, 3 things I don't like. We need to talk about that. And the only way to talk about that, we need to hit the road, So with that being said, let's go. Now you're up and going. You join me inside the 1.5 liter Suzuki Vitara Brezza. This is a 1.5 liter engine. It produces 77 kilowatts, 138 newton meters of torque. So out of that, Personally, I thought it was gonna be very slow, but it's not. It's punchy when it needs to be. It gives you the power when you want it to be. It's not a car that you'll be doing top end speeds or robot racing. For daily commute, perfect. It gets the job done. Let me just switch off the aircon, yeah. It gets the job done. You'll enjoy it, and because I've been driving automatics for the past month or so. So when they say I'm getting the manual, I'm like, okay. Personally, I thought I was gonna get the automatic. Like I'm like, okay, back to manual, okay, back to basic. But actually, I'm enjoying the manual. I think Suzuki has to be my favorite brand in terms of their manual. VW is also up there, but Suzuki, the way they just get the gearbox right, that's just something that, for me personally, it's up there. Suzuki, they work perfectly with that. People have been complaining about the 4-speed automatic gearbox that you get with this car, so I'm guessing that people won't recommend the 4-speed. Same with me, I won't recommend the 4-speed based on people's opinions. But personally, I don't want to rate a car that I haven't driven, you know. So, but personally, I just want the manual. So this car, I'm currently averaging 4.3. I was so surprised because I was about to tell you that the lowest I went was 4.9, but I'm looking at it now, it's saying 4.3. Very impressed. 4.1. Okay. I was gonna go into threes, but yeah, it's perfect. It gets the job done. Personally, would I get it for myself? My age wise, no, but I wouldn't mind it. It's a very good car to drive. I just like changing the gears, you know, downshift, it holds the gear, like it's just perfect. It gets the job done. You'll be fine with this car, you know. So now 3 things I dislike, 3 things I like about this car. I can't give you those things with this model. I can't give you. You know why? Because I literally like every single thing about this, and I haven't even found one thing that I dislike about this car. Honestly speaking, I can't. Like, I cannot. You know, a car, when they say a car is too perfect, like, I just don't know what I can say to you about this car. I honestly don't know what to say. Only thing I can say I don't like is the fact that once you're hitting like 120 and then you pass a truck, it'll swerve. But what do you expect? You know, it's not surprising. You would have found that out even before I even told you about that. So personally, there's not even one thing I honestly dislike about this. I like it. The sound system is perfect. It has 2 tweeters at the top to make the sound more refined, you know. So this car, honestly speaking, my final verdict on this car, would I advise you to buy it? Definitely. This car's priced, my specific one is priced at 289,900. For the automatic 4-speed automatic is 309,900. So for that amount, but I knew for that, it's definitely value for money. This car gives you literally every single thing you will need in a car. It drives wonderfully. It's a car that it gets the job done. It's spacious, daily commute, perfect, very fuel efficient. You know, thing is, I just looked at it again. You're not gonna believe me. I'm on 3.6. I wish I could like take a picture. It's an all-rounder, good for daily commute, good for literally every single thing you'll need it for. It's on 3.5 now. It's because I'm driving slow. I don't know. I'm driving 60, so it's perfect. Like, you will enjoy it for what you want it for. It's a car for daily commute. You'll be happy with it. You'll be satisfied. So with that being said, thank you for watching. This is Nicky Nash from South Africa. We are.